All right, welcome back. This is MDawg, and we are checking out Copper Lake. 5750. I'm on my main account. That is mostly what you're seeing in the upper left-hand corner. You will see the Kvolsdorfsky alt account. So we're at 5750, which is right here at the map. On the map, we're at a 7-meter clip, so a nice little small clip. And we're trying out something a little different. See how this bite, the temperature's still increased, so it's still gonna be a little slow, but we're just kind of trying it out. All three setups are the same. They are running this. I am running this setup. So instead of just the corn, we're actually mixing it with the boilies to see how that works. And this is the cream PVA we're using. I'm actually using the same setups on the first two lines on Cozy. The third line, of course, is different because we haven't upgraded this setup yet to be able to handle the larger stuff consistently. That's you know, pretty close to trophy gibble there. So I'm kind of trying different baits on this third one. It's really just a method to throw in some ground bait every once in a while. I had cornmeal in, but we've had it in for a while and it has done absolutely nothing. And I don't really mind changing baits because it's really just like another opportunity to, again, throw in more ground bait, which hopefully will help the other two lines be at least a little bit active. So kind of what we're doing. So I thought we'd just take a look at the Tench and the F1 that we could catch here. Obviously some gibbles are mixed in so far, and on the main account, with, you know, the way we're set up here on the main account, we have gotten all Tench and gibbles in a short amount of time. On the alt account, unfortunately, it's going to be a painful slow bite rate for most of the day over there. But here in the morning, when there was at least a little bit of an active bite, we had a little common carp, a decent Tench, and a really nice F1 so far. So quality of fish-wise, it's actually been pretty good over there. It's just slow. And I think it's slow enough that I'm actually going to do this, and then I'll just bring it back up if it's relevant. And we'll see how it goes. I'll probably keep you here for a fish or two since it's morning still, but as it starts to slow down, we'll just pause and unpause as we catch a fish. I do think this will be a pretty slow experience. I just kind of felt like fishing at Copper, and I saw someone post they had a really nice funny Tench on this setup, so decided to give it a shot here. Well, we actually caught a fish on honeydew. Let's see what this is. That's very nice. A 1.7 kilo Tench. Honeydew could be the answer if it would catch those with any sort of normalcy. Of course, the problem is if you're dependent on Tench in a spot, so much of the day the Tench are kind of non-existent, which is why it is such a different experience right now. Even though the fishing is still very good, it's such a different experience than when the F1s are popping off, because F1s have a much larger window of active fishing time. I know you can't see it, but we just caught a very small 588 gibble on our middle rod, so on the boilie corn setup. And once again, we're at clip 7, and we're just using Smart Sweet Cream 16 pop-ups with corn, cream corn. I am enjoying the fact that we're actually catching a few fish over here on Cozy. 63.5 on bottom fishing is nice. While we have a moment, let's check the cafe. This also kind of gives you an idea where the spot is, seeing me run back from the cafe. So we do have a nice little gibble order. Hopefully we won't catch gibble that small. Not the best cafe orders. Of course, that mirror carp order is often getting filled, but we'll see about in this spot. Hey, there's a little F1. Finally, we get the first F1 over here on the main account. I think we've done both 7 and 8 meter clip from here, which I had somebody point out that probably could just like set up right here and do like a 5 meter clip from here, maybe even from the end. I don't know. Wow, that's cool. You can actually see, look at that. Wait, what is that, by the way? How cool was that? I think that was pretty cool. Especially when you get them close together like that, you can just kind of keep an eye on. This is pretty neat. We can try to call the fish before they get on just by seeing them in the water, huh? And pretty cool to see those pop-up boilies and the corn just sitting there in the water. I think that's pretty fun. See how it looks over here on Cozy. Well, it's going to be tough because we don't have binoculars over here. I still haven't purchased binoculars. We are sitting at 1100 silver though. Saving up for either another, what reel is this? Another Natura, or if we want to try something else, we can. I bet this would work really good at night with the flashlight on. I bet we'll be able to see these really clear. It's going to be kind of cool. I need to go grab something, but I'm actually going to leave the recording on so that you can see this fish coming up to it. So it seems like that tench, that first tench just came and like played with the bait and then decided it was going to leave. And I assume we have a fish on right now because I don't even see one of our baits. All right. Little gibble. We are getting to that time of day where it's a little slower, right? All right, I'll try to hit it back on as when we have a fish approaching. All right, looks like we have a little fish on honey dough, something small. Oh yeah, a little roach. I actually don't mind that. I think I've said this before. On this third setup, I would love to have like somewhat of a consistent bite rate. That's why at times I've even just like used worm or something like that. All right, so we can see the fish. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, I missed it. It's just, sorry, it's been so slow in the middle of the afternoon here. But I actually saw that fish come up. Oh, maybe it hasn't taken it yet. I'm missing it here. Did it? Oh yeah, the bait's still there. Okay, maybe it walked away. I'm now nervous that I'm scaring the fish away by staring at them. Okay, here comes another one. That you can just tell that's a tench. He's still nibbling. I believe that's a tench. Okay, yeah, he's now on. I think it's slow bite rate because it's middle of the day, not because I'm suddenly watching. But yeah, we were right. Small tench. So again, like we have 13 fish in 26 minutes. Very slow. Some might define it as painfully slow. But during the hotter times, the better times of the day, actually the opposite, the cooler times, won't be too bad. Ooh, did y'all see that? Man, it just took off. That fish has no nibble. It actually just completely took off. Is that a little mirror? Yeah, it's a little mirror carp. I think we need it to be 4 kilos for the cafe order though. So it's F9. Let me make sure this doesn't do anything with OBS. No, I don't think it does. So we can get rid of stuff that's blocking the view here and see more. Oh no. I don't think I realized. I'm starting to wonder how often little fish are coming up and checking out the bait and then taking off and saying, nah, not for me. Now that we can actually see the bait layout here in this spot, it seems like it's happening a decent amount. Might happen less if we were just using corn. We're getting nibble over there on Cozy. Oh, there they go. That's an F1, right? I'm pretty sure that's an F1. See, did that fish actually... hook in. I wasn't sure. Not sure if they did. We do have a fish on Cozy though. Where's the third one? Over there? Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it's hard to get all three in the screen at the same time. It's a real bummer because I think that was an F1 and for whatever reason it decided that it did not want our bait. Can't remember if there's a way to do this, but I kind of wish I could just sort of take chat off. That's actually the thing that's doing, I mean, normally I don't care that chat's there necessarily, but doing this where we're wanting to keep as much view of the water or the screen as possible. All right, I think I'm going to stop doing this. I don't know, this might be annoying to you, the viewer, but I'm going to stop doing this and try it again in nighttime. I think at nighttime it might even be better, but let's just kind of back off and watch the rods from here for a bit. So that may have been one of those times where a fish came up and checked it out and said not interested. I mean, there's no question we're catching some nice tench, but I mean, it's kind of been this way for a while, right? Nice tench has not been a problem here at Copper. But I am excited to see those temperatures go back to normal at some point. Little baby F1. I don't like the way that popped up. I think that fish might have just abandoned us. I'd go with an 8 hook, and we're going to try pearl barley. Just see what pearl barley might come up with. I saw there was at least occasional common roach here, so maybe we can hit a variety of different species. We'll see though. All right, looks like first fish on the pearl barley might be coming in. See if we just got a roach or if it's something different. Yeah, this is gonna be a roach. 485 grams. It is getting to be evening, although it has really slowed down on my main account with the PVA. Yeah, I do think it's even going to be easier to see at night. Something about the way the light reflects. It's kind of always been this way. Quarry or otherwise, you can see even better in the evenings. That's a gibble. Yeah, it might be interesting. I don't know. Bream might even bite here on the pearl barley occasionally. We'll see. I think at least so far, pearl barley has caught the widest variety of fish. Nice. Of things we've tried, at least. There's an F1. Now, I'm counting stuff like these roach and other stuff that we've caught, but and we're actually at 17 fish on Cozy and 17 fish on main account. So, yes, the PVA, we're overall maybe higher quality. I don't know, but this is an interesting, kind of a weird experience right now. This is very slow. I think in the morning it's probably pretty good, but other than that, I'm not sure that it's worth spending the whole day here. There's got to be better options, even with the temperatures the way they are. There's got to be better options at copper right now. This is probably one of those spots where it's like not about your net, but you still have the chance of catching some nice, whether it's trophy tench or the other tench, that kind of stuff. It's another F1. Yeah, unusual amount of of trophy tench coming out at copper still. I mean, I guess it's been this way for a little bit, but they are still coming out, and I suppose even in the midst of this spot being a little slower, the fact that reasonable chance at trophy, you know, still adds some value to the experience. Now, if we don't trophy here, this is a pretty small amount of silver as we approach an hour here for copper, but for cozy, hitting the trophy tench will, I don't know, probably add, what, 90 silver to the net, so kind of pushes it into a place. By the way, that was a nice F1. Pushes it to a place where, especially for not having PVA and all that, it's a pretty reasonable hour. Now it's 5 a.m. I'm gonna kind of push this to, I'll probably sit here till at least 8 or 9 a.m. Hopefully we'll get a few more fish. You'll know according to how many times I unpause it or pause it, but and then we'll just cash out and call it. Maybe we'll hit a trophy tench over here as well. I'm always, one of the reasons why I like just testing these spots out is, I think we're getting a nibble on cozy over there, but the K tench, I never can remember how they're actually spelled or pronounced. Kvolsdorfsky tench. Kvolsdorfsky tench. Anyway, the largest one I've had is 3.9, so we got pretty close. But one of these days, I would just love to see an actual trophy come in. So what's going to be interesting is if I end up catching it on cozy before I do before MDawg. But I actually rarely see them on cozy, even when I do occasionally get one. Maybe one an hour or something on MDawg. I rarely see them on cozy. I think the PVA maybe have something to do with that, but I'm not sure. We are 63.6 now on bottom fishing. We're just pointing that out there as we continue to level up. Like I said, one of these weekends, I feel like we need to get premium for cozy and then just really hit it hard if I've got a little time that weekend in terms of leveling up ground bait for sure. Bottom fishing, of course, might as well just be fishing. Like if I'm going to stream a couple days during the weekend, you know, we'll just get more points if we're premium, but take advantage of those happy hours for ground bait, and then maybe even just for the sake of it, make a bunch of egg dough to work on bait harvesting. I don't know that bait harvesting matters that much on cozy, kind of what we're doing with it and kind of how we're using it for just doing some testing with carp fishing at copper, but we shall see. I think in general, if you do decide to get premium, especially if it's for a shorter amount of time, you just kind of, you want to be ready in advance for like, okay, what skills am I going to work on during the, because it does make your life a little easier when you can work on leveling stuff with premium and happy hours. We are, once again, we have caught the same amount of fish. 21 on both accounts. And actually, we're going to do better on cozy because of the stinking trophy tench. And we've had more F1s. I don't know, like, I think this is clear, other than just trying to, like, shoot the moon on the Kvolsdorfsky tench. It's like we are not using the right PVA or the right setup for this spot right now. Or the spot's just not worth farming with the temps. Something. You know, because we're actually doing arguably better without PVA. Barely feeding the water at all except for a little bit of ground bait. So there's another trophy tench in chat. I've seen a bunch of them. During this hour now that we've been fishing, there have been a lot of a lot of trophy tench caught, which is cool. I mean, I guess that makes it seem more common, the fact that a lot of them are coming in. But it's a fun fish to catch. It looks cool coming out. It's not always this easy to get, so it's fun to get some while you can. Make sure we don't just have... One thing I worry about with the pearl barley, sometimes roach will just kind of sit and munch on your bait. You don't always know you have a fish on. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Actually, let's do this. We'll wrap it up over here on Cozy first. Let's see, hither. We just did not have any mirror carp. We're not catching multiple roach. We had 2, not enough. And I don't, you know, even though we could fulfill that cafe order for Gibble, I assume that, and let's test this theory. Yeah, it's just better to sell them for what they are. So 289. Oof, imagine how rough it's going to be on Cozy. I mean, on main account. All right, so 289, 86 of that is Tench. Yeah, Trophy Tench still going for about 90 silver, which is nice. See those F1s at the top right behind the trophy. That's why you just double or triple the amount of F1s you're catching in an hour, and all of a sudden you're in business. But just right now, it is not happening at this spot. So, but we'll take 289, especially for Cozy, level 24. It's not a bad way to spend a little bit of fishing time at all. I think I'd argue on our main account, there's probably just a better approach here. I think I wanted to try these baits, but it's got to be better with just cream corn still. Or maybe cream corn with pellets. Sometimes that's an interesting combo. I don't know. We'll try something different next time. This is just a bit too slow. All right, let's go ahead and take Cozy out here. Pearl barley, in the end, really didn't do enough. Didn't do what I was wanting it to. I guess we'll just run Cozy over here and sell this Tench, and then we'll log out of Cozy. And that might give us the opportunity to see one more fish, it looks like, on our main account here. All right, another 852. This, so that when we log out, nothing weird happens. Okay. Should be a decent fish. What is it? Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you, I have been so close to either not continuing to fish here for this full hour, not continue to record it because I just didn't feel like it was quite exciting enough. $345,000 XP. Well, I'm really glad we went back and sold that last Tench. Oh my goodness. So All right, that is pretty cool. I don't know, sometimes the bigger the chat gets, like right now we have 481 people that are sometimes coming in and hanging out with us. A lot of those people probably haven't logged in recently. I'm not saying like there's actively 481 people, but there's a lot of people here, and I think the more people you get, the more you just can't help it. You get sarcasm starts to creep into chat and stuff, and it's just unfortunate. I would like for it to be a pretty encouraging place for people, and now everyone is quiet. All right. So there's no question that that completely changes the tenor of chat. No, I'm just kidding. Of how 187, or can I interest you in 799? So if you take the trophies off, we made 168 silver in that hour. Oh, you know what? We can't. I actually can't sell it. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. I'd rather put it up in the house. Unfortunately. Fortunately, unfortunately, you know what I mean. But that'll just be a nice fish to have next to next to the regular tench. Okay, folks. Thanks for always, for being here, for supporting me. I hope no one in chat took anything I said personally. Just trying to steer the ship towards encouraging and welcoming as much as possible. I will see you next time. Tight lines, everybody.